The VCs who are funding this, they're like, look, we know that 90% of these things are going to flame out, but some of them won't. So we're deliberately throwing tons of cash at it because we're trying to accelerate evolution, right? Some of them are going to fail, some are going to succeed, but the potential of success is so much higher than the cost of failure that it makes sense to optimize for speed. But that's like baked into their formula. When you don't have something like an AI where there's an incredible amount of hype and potential, if you're just starting to run like a normal company, what's tempting to do is to see the news about the AI companies and think you're one of them and try to follow that path. That's what kills people. If it works, it's going to make $1 trillion, but there's a 99% chance it's going to fail. Everybody understands what's going on and they just dump it in and we just build it. If you think I'm going to actually build a company, we're going to make product, we're going to sell it, we're going to grow, we're going to hire more people, but because the news is dominated by the big players, you have a tendency to think that's the way you're supposed to do it. People who aren't suited for that model try to get into that. And that's what kills them because then you have a boatload of money, but you're making products growing at 20% a year. And the investors are like, this needs to be like 2000% a year. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
even doing? And you're
yeah,
like, I'm growing my company 20% a year. It's good growth. And they're like,
yeah,
that's not the game. The game is instant explosion. That money becomes a curse. And you're like, I should have been efficient and slowly growing the whole time. I think it's mismatched. There are times when that approach works and is deliberate in its own purpose, but people just don't understand which game they're playing, and that kills them.